What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Diesel Creek. My name's Matt. Behind me, as you guys may be able to tell, is the foundation for my dream house. Now, if you haven't been following along with the build, I'll try to build out a little playlist and leave a link to the playlist of all the videos since the clearing up till now in the description. So if you've missed a part, check out that link in the description. It'll take you over to the channel playlist and make sure you don't miss a single episode. But assuming that you guys are all caught up, you know that we left off last time with the foundation walls being stripped and waterproofed, and we were waiting on me to start backfilling with some of this nice clean 2B gravel down here. We're going to backfill all the walls all the way around the foundation with that stuff. So I'm not going to sit here and waste time chit-chatting. Let's jump in the skid steer and start spreading some gravel. I'm standing on top of the truss package as I recorded this and looking down through here. Oh my goodness, it just looks like a disaster. Tangled web of 2x4s and 2x6s. But I think once they're all stood up and independent, it looks a lot less jumbled. But it makes me glad that I'm not the one that has to put this puzzle together. I just had to design it. All right, so there's our gravel stockpile. We got about 5 triaxles on the ground here of clean 2B limestone. And the builder told me he wanted me to go around and start filling up right to the existing grade right now, which is in places quite a bit below final grade. As you can see, that felt is the top of final grade. So we're not going to be going up that high today, but we can get started. I know we're going to be working in the garage here post haste. I think tomorrow he wants to scratch out for the floor drains in the garage, and probably be easier to work in there if we had that backfilled. So I'm going to start in the garage, see where we get to with the stone. We're probably not going to have enough stone to do the entire house with what we got, so we'll probably have to order some more of that. But yeah, we'll hop in the machine and get going. Well, it's a busy morning on the house build. The sun isn't even all the way up yet. I'm going over here to work with the builders with the excavator. And look at that. We just had a whole semi-truck full of building materials pull in here, so getting exciting. That looks like an expensive trailer load full of stuff. I don't know why, but I've always kind of wanted one of these little hanging forklifts, the ones that ride on the back of the trailer with you. They just look so versatile. Oh, he got it. Oh, I've never seen one like that. The boom slides all the way back in. That's pretty nifty. Puts the weight like centered right in the center of the chassis. That's got to be way more stable like that. Oh yeah, now I see. Now he's got a much wider bite on it. He can slide it around, get it centered exactly how he wants. That is slick. Look at this. The buddy just turned the dang wheels sideways and now he's going straight. Like that is, I didn't see that one coming. I've never seen one this advanced. That was wild. You guys just watch those front wheels go back to straight. That's a long package. Check this out now. Watch his front wheels. They're going to turn 90 degrees and then he can just travel straight at me rather than having to pivot. Very slick. Well, look at that. And now he's going forward. That's probably it. That's going to be the coolest thing I see all day, I think. Dang it, Ray. Really looking like a job site now. We got building materials scattered out everywhere. And I guess that was only one of 2 trucks that's supposed to be coming, bringing about that much stuff. So, going to be running out of space here pretty quick. Hopefully the framers get here and start putting it to use so we can get it out of the way. More building material showed up. We got steel beams just rolled in. I'm gonna use a crane and set those. Looks like he's gonna fly some columns in first to support the beams. They'll get those set. And then the beams. These guys just throw some 2x4s from the foundation over to the beam to lock her in place in the meantime. Got some post wedged under it, tapped around, broke the crane loose. Got to set the next one. Now we got the next beam on the fly here. Set it right in that hole. Look at that. I think we have touchdown. He's up here. Just got to get the splice plates in place, bolted down. There we go, just like that, we have the main beam across the house set. He's gonna drop off a few more now that can't be set until the framing is done. But that's all right, we'll set those ourselves. Won't be a big deal. Well, I know you guys probably can't see anything. It's pretty dark out here, but I just finished completely backfilling. Well, not completely for now. And tomorrow's the big day. The framers are rolling in here first thing in the morning, and they're gonna start putting this thing up. I will see you guys in the morning. Boy, it is bright and early. 7:02 this morning, and there's a truckload of materials pulled in here already. Get this unloaded probably about the time the framers roll in, and things are going to start happening. Well, they got the truck about halfway unloaded, and it looks like the framers are coming down the driveway now. I see a couple pickup trucks rolling down there. Yeah, these guys are moving quick. They've been here about 20 minutes and they've already got sill plates started down everywhere. Guys still unwrapping bundles of wood. Guys laying out, guys cutting, stacking, measuring. I bet you this is gonna look like a whole different thing in a couple hours. Guys are moving fast. They got the back wall done. I set that beam down there for them, and they just put on the first joist, I guess you would call it, an LVL there. I think that's for the stairs. So moving along. Look at that, it's now 11 o'clock and these guys have already knocked out the floor system almost entirely. Gonna be sheeting it here soon. Slick. Rather than using a circular saw, they just run the router bit right down the edge, and it makes the perfect cut. keep on ripping. Look at what a nice clean cut that does, rather than trying to do that with a circular saw and wind up getting into that skirt board. Oh, buddy, check it out. Not only did they get the entire floor done today, well, let me rephrase that. Not only did they get the entire back wall, the joists, and the floor done today on the main floor here, they also have the wall that's going to go right where it's setting. That one's done. And then these other 3, I guess maybe 4 walls you can see staged up here already with the house wrap on them, ready to go. Those go over here. Those are going to go on our garage. And you might ask yourself, hey Matt, how are they going to pick those things up? They don't have any big piece of equipment around. They don't. But I do. So they just happened to see the old Grove crane sitting around the shop, and they said, hey, does that thing work? I said, yeah, it does. Could we maybe fab up the walls on the first floor and you set them in place for us? Yeah, I could probably handle that. So I just brought the old Grove over here, parked it. I still got to level it up in the morning, but as soon as I get it leveled out, we're going to start picking these walls and setting them in place over there. Man, this is really coming together, and quick too. I knew that these guys would probably knock it out pretty fast, but this is next level fast, in my book anyways, being someone that's not super familiar with home construction. But how about the view, guys? So here we are at the basement. That's what the backside's gonna look like on the lower level. Gonna be a double door there. As I mentioned earlier, I don't know if it was this video or the last video, these pads out here are going to be footings for a deck that comes out off the back of the house here. But I had you guys in the basement here before, but with the ceiling on it now and the wall, it's actually starting to feel like a boxed in space, and it's not a small space, so this is nice. Anyways, guys, that's the end of day 1. I will bring you back in the morning when we fire up the crane and start setting those walls. Alright, we're in the old Grove here. Been setting walls for these guys this morning. We already got 2 up. It's going really well. I should be able to reach the whole house from where I'm setting. Man, these guys are quick. We got 1 wall, 2 walls, 3, 4, 5. There's a little short wall in there you can't see. 6 walls up already, and it's about 7:30. There it is. I think that's the last one I have to set for now. Oh man, how's that for some progress, huh? That is beyond impressive what they are able to knock out in such a short time. They just started framing yesterday morning. I probably reminded you that already, but I'm gonna keep reminding you because it bears repeating. 7:15 they showed up yesterday morning. This is now 4 p.m. the following day. They knocked off at 3. Huh? Tell me that is not impressive for an honest day's work right there. And they took an hour and a half lunch. They said Fridays they always go out to eat, so they went down the road to the little Greasy Spoon down the street and took a little longer lunch than usual. But I'm not knocking them for it, man. They got a lot done, that's for dang sure. I can't wait till the deck is built and I can sit out here and put my feet up. So hopefully, as you guys saw there, I've been using the Grove all day, setting the walls for these guys. That's what really helped production, I'm sure. Unfortunately for myself and for the framers though, I have the Grove promised out. It's got to be somewhere. So time to break her down and drive her out of here. So that's day 2 of framing. I'll bring you back on Monday for day 3. All right, it's bright and early Monday morning. The framers are back after the weekend, and they are hard at it once again. I think today they're primarily focusing on building out the second floor, maybe even get into some small truss setting today. So, we'll set you guys up on the time lapse again and see what happens. Well, I'm a little irritated. I just came up here to shut off the time-lapse camera that I had going all day, and apparently I didn't hit record. So you guys missed some stuff. They got some stuff done today. They got most of the second floor done, and it's supposed to rain like an inch and a tenth tomorrow, so they're not gonna come tomorrow. They're coming Wednesday, and they're gonna set a bunch of trusses, and then I imagine they're gonna start slapping the roof on this thing. But unfortunately, tomorrow looks like a complete wash. Okay, it's the big day. This is the truss setting day, and I think I just heard a crane possibly outside turning around. I heard a backup alarm, so we're gonna go check out what's going on out here. Oh yeah. I don't think it's that much bigger than the Grove. All right, we got him turned around here. This backup beeper is brutal. What do you guys think? Is it a little bit nicer than the Grove? No. Maybe. Maybe just a little. I just asked the operator if these modern cranes will self-level. I figured they would, and he told me no. Still got to manually level them up. I guess that surprised me. With all the bells and whistles these things have, you'd think that'd be a pretty easy feature. Oh yeah, set up and ready to swing before dawn, really. Sometimes the camera makes it seem brighter out here than it is. It's just barely getting light now. You guys are getting ready to lift half a bunk of OSB sheeting up into the upper floor so they can have it up there to the peak of the roof, because the telehandler can't quite reach it up to the peak, so at least it'll be closer for them. There we go, first pick. Booming her down, Jimmy. Well, they got her. These are some funky looking trusses here. I'm not even 100% sure where these ones go. You trying to tell me this is easier than the telehandler? Looks like they're out there on the ground right now getting ready to hook up the trusses that are going to run from front to rear, so from this peak back to that peak. These guys are still up here getting these trusses exactly in place and nailed down. And there goes the crane. We got a roof now, or at least a shell. Guys, it is starting to look like a house. I know I've probably said that about 10 times throughout this the past couple videos here, but look at it. I mean, I can't believe how quickly it's really coming to fruition here. But I'm glad because the weather is turning quick. As you can see behind me, it's fall. All right, the leaves are all changing and about halfway fell off now. And the roof still is not on this thing. So we're waiting on, I think, the stone guy or something. I mean, it's all moving along in due time, but there's just a few little holdups and then we'll have a roof on and hopefully siding post haste. Which you guys may or may not have noticed though, if you look close, we got windows. They showed up while I wasn't around and was tied up with something else, and they got all the windows delivered and installed, and they look awesome. I'm really thrilled with how the windows turned out. You know, making some of these big decisions, these are, you know, expensive things. You're not going to come replace these windows in a few years if you're not happy with them. You're pretty much stuck with them. So there's a fair bit of pressure to get that decision to make something look nice and be happy with it. I was a little apprehensive. I wasn't sure if I was going to like these grids, and I'm a big fan. They look great. Look at those ones up there in the peak. I really like those ones. Those turned out cool looking. I've never seen a house with the same kind of window set up there. I think that's pretty unique. Lets a lot of light into the main room there. As I discussed in previous videos, I'm not going to show you guys the inside of the house really, but you guys can probably guess just looking at the shape of the house. There's a great room that runs front to back here, and it is very tall ceilings, and those windows just let a ton of light flood into that room. Looking forward to that being all wrapped up. Anyways, guys, I guess that about wraps up the framing portion of this video. As you can see, they framed her out quick. Those Amish guys were impressive. With the windows now installed, we are nearly completely dried in. We are waiting on some doors yet, and of course, the roof to follow quickly after, I hope. In the next video, we're going to be getting some concrete done. We got the garage to do, we've got this front porch, and then, of course, the basement floor, and we're going to be putting the radiant tube heating in that floor as well, so there's a good bit of work that I have to do on my end, since that wasn't in my original bid for the house, and I decided to add it after the fact. I didn't want to pay anybody to do it. I know I've done it before in the shop, and it wasn't really that terrible, so hopefully I can knock all that out in the next video, and they can get that basement floor poured for me, and after that, things are going to start moving pretty quick. I think as soon as the floor is poured in the basement, the HVAC guy can come in and set his units in the basement, since that's where those are going to go. The electrician will be following him, and so on and so forth. Next thing you know, this thing's going to be wrapped up, and we're going to be moving in. But these things all do take time. I don't know exactly when we're going to be able to get in here yet, so at any rate, I'm not rushing anybody. I'd rather them take their time and do this thing right at this point. So drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about the design of the house there from what you can see. Is it about what you guys envisioned, or is it different, or do you like it? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. If you like the video, make sure you guys do me a big favor and hit that thumbs up button. Really helps out the channel. Doesn't cost you guys a thing. As I mentioned a minute ago, it's fall. It's that perfect time for hoodie weather. So if you haven't picked up a Diesel Creek hoodie yet, head on over to the store. Pick yourself up some sweet swag over there. That's dieselcreek.com. As always, link is down in the description. So until the next time, guys, thank you for watching. I'll catch you later.